Alright, motherfuckers, prepare to be enlightened, because I'm about to tell you all about what I consider to be the greatest action film of 2019. So far, that is. I mean, that can always change given there's still a few months left for shit to come out, and plus there's probably a bunch of movies I haven't seen yet, but who cares? I'm going to be talking about a film that reminded me why action cinema can be so much fun. A film that actually made my jaw drop. A film that weaves together a complex thread of storylines to deliver a satisfying conclusion. That's right. Today, I'm talking about none other than Avengement. Yeah, no. Fuck Marvel's big spectacle extravaganza. I'm talking about a movie that is actually about avenging shit, and not just named that because some hippies in the 60s thought it was a cool name for their children's book series. Look, I'm not saying this shit is the highest of art. Far from it. But if you're looking for a fun, self-contained action thrill ride with engaging characters, a creatively told story, an abundance of impressive stunt work, and a fuck ton of Cockney accents,
You fucking stupid cunts!
then 2019's Avengement, directed by Jesse V. Johnson, is the movie for you. Now, I know you guys are going to come at me in the comments or on some bullshit subreddit saying, actually, you're forgetting the high-class kinematographic masterpiece that was Jonathan Wick Volume 3. And to that, I say fuck you. Movies have endings, not never-ending cop-out, leave the door open to continue the Keanu Sans money train as long as people will keep paying to see these glorified stunt shows bullshit. Now look. The John Wick movies are beautifully crafted showcases of action stunt work with fun moments and some cool cinematography. But as movies, well, let's just say if you're actually paying attention to half the jargon these characters spew about their generic secret societies and super sleek assassin codes, you'll soon realize the plot of the series holds up less than a first-person shooter game from the early 2000s.
You're toast!
Anyway, now that I've pissed off anyone and everyone this video would probably appeal to, let's get down to the actual topic of the video. Avengement. The movie stars Scott Adkins as Kane Burgess, a British boxer turned inmate turned vigilante murder machine, going after the assholes who fucked his life up. Now, for those of you that don't know who Scott Adkins is, let me hit you with a little background. This man is a legend in the direct-to-action movie scene, starring in countless action movies from the Undisputed series to films like Accident Man. He also plays a bunch of bit roles in bigger movies, usually as the heavy-type character that the action hero beats before taking on the big bad. Think the bald Nazi mechanic in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Anyway, this dude's gotten the shit kicked out of him in The Expendables, American Assassin, and even Doctor Strange. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Oh, that means he's basically a stuntman who's good looking enough to be on screen and gets cast for his fighting prowess rather than actually being a decent actor. And you're kinda right, at least for most of the roles he's in. Usually, he plays some snarky macho dude who's got an attitude problem, but also deep down cares or whatever. And it comes off really forced and unconvincing in a fair amount of his movies. But, how is this not a problem in Avengement, you ask? Well, it might have something to do with the fact that for 95% of the movie, he just acts like a belligerent lunatic hell-bent on bringing the criminals who fucked him over to justice. And it totally works. You see, the movie is actually framed in a really interesting way, where most of it is just this drunk-ass escaped convict holding a bunch of assholes hostage in a bar with a shotgun as he tells them how he got where he is and why he's seeking avengement. Oh yeah, minor spoilers for this, I guess, but I mean, like, come on. Me ranting about it in a 10-minute YouTube video isn't going to replace the experience of actually watching this bad boy. But hey, suit yourselves. Anyway, Kane holds all these British gangsters up in a pub and explains his backstory through a series of flashbacks, showing how he was an egotistical boxer who was looking to earn some extra cash by helping his mob boss brother with some extra-legal affairs. Unfortunately for him, the job goes south and he ends up in prison where every inmate seems to be out to kill him in particular. The movie is actually pretty well paced with these flashbacks, revealing just enough to keep the audience engaged without giving away the entire mystery of the piece. Things like why he was being targeted, the actual workings of the criminal organization, and what Kane's endgame is, are all slowly revealed in a way that build perfectly within this contained structure. It's not the most unpredictable plot ever, but it certainly does its job. By using this format, we get to see dozens of brutal action sequences that could easily feel self-indulgent in any other movie, justified only by the spiraling nature of Kane's descent into animalistic madness. While we're on the topic of fights, director Jesse V. Johnson got his start in stunt work, and it really shows here. The fight scenes in this movie are really well done, and you can tell the actors are really doing every bit of it. No shaky camera or super quick cuts present here, as the action is always covered from just the right angle to sell the hits. And speaking of the hits, holy shit are they brutal. Yep, there's none of that lame-ass PG-13 cut-on-impact shit you see in most popular action movies these days. Each sequence is viscerally choreographed in a way that feels intense and entertaining, yet not too fancy to be implausible. Again, any other movie featuring this much shameless violence would feel ridiculous, but while occasionally they push the bounds of believability, the setup and storyline fully justifies the amount of carnage. It takes the stilted video game-like action trope of dude has to fight through a bunch of underlings to get to the boss, and surprisingly manages to make it feel earned. Now, yes, certain sequences dip a little bit into the cheese, and the acting isn't always the greatest, but the film moves so quickly, it's easy to overlook these less than stellar bits. Plus, the varied and inventive nature of each fight really goes a long way in keeping the audience engaged, and his kinetic nature comes through in the story as well, as each scene builds on the last, upping the stakes and increasing the tension right up to the final showdown. Avengement does something really rare in the modern cinema landscape, by managing to deliver unique action on a small scale that remains just as if not more exhilarating than bigger productions. Like, sure, it's cool to see a CGI army of your favorite superheroes charge into battle, or an unkillable hitman fend off katana-wielding assassins in a high-speed motorcycle chase. But sometimes, the most heart-pounding action can just come from a couple angry men in a room trying to squeeze the fucking life out of each other. Or, who knows, maybe I'm wrong, I'm just a sicko who likes watching a bunch of jerks fuck each other up. Either way, check out Avengement and come back here and let me know what you think. I'd love to talk cordially discuss the film with y'all, because we all know how civil YouTube comment sections are. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Like and subscribe this shit if you're not a pussy or whatever the fuck I gotta say to get placed in the algorithm. I might make more videos like this, or I might fucking not. I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want. Peace out, fuckers. Bam. I hope that recorded. Oh, fuck.